Okay, I'm live. Chop it up. Chopping. Chop it up. Oh, all right, all right. Malchiel, Living Quadash. Awesome, awesome. Good, good. It's me, Che Lift 3. There we go. Awesome. Shalom to you, sister, and your family. Shalom, shalom, shalom. Well, we got a testimony service. Oh, okay. Look at that. Hey, baby. Nobody's looking for you either. Sorry about that. How was your day? Great, great, great. Great, 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 great. So my middle daughter just arrived home. She kind of snuck up on us. Usually we'd be looking for her. Oh, okay. Praise the Most High. I'm glad it could be you. It was edifying to you. Hey, Crystal, what's going on? Sister Crystal McGee. Oh, okay. Here's the wife of Malchiel, Mariah Israel. Wonderful. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Awesome, awesome. Okay. Where you at, Jezreel? Huh? I just said shalom. Oh, okay. It just took a while for that. What about you, Bati? Yeah, okay. All right. Where you at? I like the video. But I mean, just say, speak. Yeah, speak. I mean, it's the same thing. Hey, Ebony, how you doing? Shalom. Batiru. Okay. Oh, Batiaru. Oh, sorry. My apologies. It's only my daughter's name. that I gave her, I think. Okay, we'll figure that one out. Oh, that's so beautiful. Love is in the air. Awesome, awesome. Okay. Oh, yeah. We're gonna get it started. My wife is out giving a Bible study to one of her friends, a family friend. So I'm really excited about that. She should be busting through the door any minute now. But anyway, it's just testimonies, y'all. Testimonies. You know, sometimes I go back and I read comments and I make a mental note of what the question is. And if it's a question that I don't know the answer to, I will do a cursory investigation on the question and I will get back with you. So if it's anybody in the room that wants to contribute to this chat room, what we want you to do is give a testimony about how you came into the knowledge about the Israelites being us, and or you could tell people how you came to find out about this channel, or you could tell me about if you were in another camp or a camp, or you was independent or a camp. How did you You know, how did you navigate that situation? These stories are very interesting to me. I love these stories. You could talk about how long you've been in this knowledge, what it was like when you were making your transition from Christianity. You can even give a testimony about your Christian experience. And we want to give everybody a chance. Most people, you know, they're not going to want to come and talk. So, and it's not that many people in here. So don't feel too bad about being, you know, a hog, because I mean, that's virtually impossible with the number of people that we have in here. So, but before we get started, I want to show y'all, this is a design I'm working with on my shirts. Okay. I did today. Okay. I'm actually quite happy with the way it came out. Okay. So, but I want to put some text above here, but it came out really good. The light is kind of, it's, I would say it's semi-gloss. I could give it a more of a matte finish, shiny, just simply by pressing it again and putting a piece of parchment paper over it. But I'm really pleased with the way this turned out. Nice and vibrant. I feel like a superhero, actually. You know, I just need to lose about 30 pounds. But yeah, it came out really good, man. Nice feel. I like the hefty texture it has. So I think I'm going to call this one, I'm going to have several versions of this shirt. As a matter of fact, that's going to be part of my testimony. Explaining and breaking down this symbol to you and what it means. That's one thing I'm going to do. I'm going to try to without forgetting. I got a picture of it right here. So, little pictorial aid, since my shirt is so low and I have to stand up for you to see it. And I put it low so because I want to have text. Universal symbol for family. Yeah, that's what I want to put on the shirt. But anyway, yeah. What else am I going to say? So yeah, you can give a testimony like that about your, you know, Christian experience, transitioning from being a Christian. What was it like being a Christian? Some of the things that you have had an epiphany about through the Ruach as a result of coming out of Christianity. Things of that nature, you know, things of that nature. But I did see a question. That was very interesting to me. And it gave me pause to do some really research. Thank you so much, Sister Cordesh Brown. Thank you. Oh, there's a holy out there. Then look at him. Handsome as he can be. Okay, there you go. Oh, okay. Okay, so what I want to talk about right now, briefly, is the olive tree. I don't want to keep y'all long. The olive tree, okay? The olive tree is frequently mentioned in scriptures. The time before the last time that we got together, we were looking at Zechariah chapter 4, okay? And in that prophecy, I gave you I showed you a pictorial aid of two olive trees that are standing beside a golden bowl. The golden bowl represents the storehouse that the Bible talks about in Malachi 3:8. It's a type of the same storehouse that you see in somebody turn there, Genesis 41:39, I think. Just proof text me on that, because I don't want to be saying the wrong scriptures. Either Genesis 39, no, I think it's Genesis 39, 52, I think. I don't know, something like that. But proof text me on that. Proof text me on that. So olive trees, what is the spiritual significance to olive trees? Melchizedek, why don't you get me Matthew chapter 3. Let's look around verse 6 and 7. And who else is here? Hold for me. Hold for me. You got what you got, baby? What you got? What did it say?
Says, and Joseph was brought down to Egypt, and Potiphar, an officer of Pharaoh.
Go down a little bit more.
And the Lord was with Joseph, and he was a prosperous.
A what?
I don't know what that's.
Okay, prosperous.
Oh yes, prosperous man, and he was in the house of his master, the Egyptian.
Mm-hmm.
And his master saw.
What verse you on?
3.
Oh, verse 3. Okay, so it must be that. What are you reading?
Genesis 33.
Down to like 50 something. Is there 50 something? Yeah. Let me see. Let me help you out. Genesis chapter 30. Where are you at? 9. Yeah. I'm thinking it's 31:50. I'm thinking 52 for some reason. Let's see. 41:52. I'm thinking maybe. Okay, I want to read the part. Yeah, I think we're real close to it. Yeah, somebody help me find that. I know I'm looking at it. Genesis 41. It's somewhere 41, and it talks about the storehouse. I didn't highlight this scripture in my Bible, so let me see. And the sons of Israel came to buy corn. Let's see here. But in any case, the only reason why I want to show you this scripture in Genesis 49 about the storehouse, because the storehouse is a vessel is stored, and it can only be stored there by living prophets. It can only be stored there by certain kind of living prophets, and that is administrative prophets. That's the only kind, y'all. Now, let me say this too. You got all kinds of administrative prophets on different type of levels. Okay? You got all kinds of administrative prophets, teachers, evangelists, pastors, of levels. You see what I'm saying? So we don't want to cut nobody's gift short because they don't fit. They're not a Moses figure. Or we don't want to force somebody who has administrative skills into a Moses or Joseph skill when that's where they don't belong there. And you'll be able to quickly tell that they don't belong there because they'll tell you, no, that's not what I am. And people will try to force you into stuff that it's like, no. It's like, but you got some administrative skills. Yeah, but I ain't got those kind of administrative skills or calling. I don't. So just leave me right where I'm at. So you can have administrative skills on a grand level or a broad level or a small level. It doesn't matter. It's just like the parable of the talents. The guy that had one talent, he had administrative skills for one talent. He didn't have administrative skills for 10 talents, like the guy who had 5 talents. He didn't have that. And he took the one administrative skill he had, an ability, and he took it and buried it in the earth. So he was a servant that was unprofitable. So the olive tree is frequently mentioned in the scriptures. A dove from Noah's ark had brought an olive branch to Noah over there in Genesis chapter 8, verse 11. It was mentioned among the most notable trees in Palestine, where it was cultivated long before the time of the Hebrews, according to Deuteronomy 6:11 and 8:8. Deuteronomy 6:11 and Deuteronomy 8:8. It is mentioned in the first Old Testament parable that Joram in Judges chapter 9, verse 9, is the name among the blessings of the good land, and is the present day the characteristic tree of Palestine. The oldest olive trees in the country are those which are enclosed in the Garden of Gethsemane. It is referred to as the emblem of trees. Hey, baby, how you doing?
I'm doing fine.
Good. You have fun?
You have myself.
I could tell.
He's funny.
Yeah, we know. We funny.
He's a crazy people.
We crazy too. Yeah, I don't even know what you're talking about, but I know we crazy. So the oldest olive trees in the country are those in the Garden of Gethsemane. It is referred to as an emblem of prosperity and beauty and religious privilege. Don't that sound like Israel, y'all? Don't that sound like Israel? Now, what I'm reading from you is a little biographical information on the internet, but I'm not reading this the same way that they're delivering it. Why? Because I know that I am part of that olive tree. So I can see stuff in here that they can't even see. What is true and what's not true right away. What is applicable to us as a nation when I read this. I'm just not reading this and just accepting everything they say. I'm discerning as I'm reading. I'm processing as I'm reading. So it says, it is referred to as an emblem of prosperity. That sounds like Israel to me. Beauty. That sounds like Israel to me. And religious purity. That sounds like Israel to me. What do we see in James 1:26 and 1? No, James 1:26, 1:27. Pure religion and undefiled before Yahuwah. What scripture you holding, son?
6 and 7.
What does that say?
And well baptized with him in Jordan, confessing their sins. But when he saw many of the Pharisees and Sadducees come to his baptism, he said to them, O generation of vipers, who have warned you to flee from the wrath to come?
Keep going.
Bring forth therefore fruit meet for repentance.
Bring forth fruit meet for repentance. Go ahead.
And think not to say within yourself, we have Abraham to our father.
Right.
For I say unto you that God is able of all stones to raise up children.
For Yahuwah is able of these stones
to raise up children unto Abraham.
Ah, okay. So now watch this. Now we read over this real fast. He's able to raise up stones unto children of Abraham. You heard that? What does that mean? That means it means it takes nothing for the Most High to make somebody a descendant of Abraham, be it from the Ishmael line or the Jacob line. It don't matter. That's not something you're supposed to be boasting in. That's something that you're supposed to live and grow in. That's like growing up and bragging about the fact that you got eyes. You know how ridiculous that would seem? You bragging that you got feet. It don't make sense. Keep going, son.
And now also the
axe
is laid unto the root of the trees. Therefore, every tree which bringeth not forth good fruit is hewn down and cast into the fire.
Every tree that bringeth forth not good fruit is hewn down and cast into the fire. Trees. We're talking specifically about olive trees. So when we look at the Bible, the trees in the country are those which are enclosed in the Garden of Gethsemane. It was referred to as an emblem of prosperity, beauty, and religious purity. According to Psalms 52:8, Jeremiah 11:16, Hosea 14:6, James 1:26-27, Revelation chapter 11. I think verse 3 and 4, I'm guessing, but somewhere up in there. The two witnesses, yeah, it's Revelation 11:4. The two witnesses mentioned in Revelation 11:4 are spoken of as two olive trees. The two witnesses. Now, the two witnesses, I think what they are, I won't limit them to this, but it looks like what the two witnesses are all the prophets in the Israel after the flesh period and all the prophets in the Israel after the spirit spirit dispensation. So these two olive trees represent a whole bunch of prophets, past and in ages present and future. That's what these two witnesses are. Now, I'm not going to limit it to that, because there may actually be two literal people that these trees have a double application towards, which I would not doubt at all. But to get a larger and fuller orbed idea of what olive trees are, Melchizedek. Yeah. Where's the holy at? Okay, so by such a process, look at this, y'all. The sap of a tree is the blood of the tree. Did you know that? The blood of a tree is the sap of the tree. Watch this. In Hebrews chapter 11, verse 24, it talks about the grafted in process. This, boy, Hebrew Israelites fight over this Romans 11 a lot. They really do. It's a lot of struggle over this. I was struggling with this when I first came into the knowledge of the Hebrew. Even as a Christian, this grafting in stuff was a lot confusing to me. Not so much now. not so much. But anyway, this is testimony. I didn't really want to give a real deep teaching. So by the process, Paul refers to the practice of grafting shoots, watch this now, of wild olives into a good olive tree. It makes it a good branch bearing good olives. Why? Because the wild branch is grafted where? Into the good tree. Now, you know the branch got to be a wild branch because it came from a wild plant. So you can't say it's a good branch off of a wild. No. The nature of, oh, this is so beautiful. The nature of the olive tree has to change. Therefore, it's the sap. Let me keep going. The Gentiles being wild olives. Now, this is where the water gets muddy for a lot of Hebrew Israelites and Christians, because wild olive trees to Christian means heathen nations. To Israelites, a lot of Israelites, wild olive trees mean Hellenized Jews only, exclusively. They're very dogmatic about that. But I'm going to show you another perspective. The Gentiles being a wild olive. See, if you are not into the Mashiach, if you're not grafted into him, yeah, you're wild. You're of the world. You're as much of the world as the Pharisees and Sadducees were, who were teaching the nation of Israel the law. You're of the world. That's what John chapter 17 was talking about. Thus the Gentiles being wild olives. I don't care which. Now, sir, I'm not going to say I don't care, but I'm going to say the wild olive trees that this is talking about, there must be a pecking order to the wild olive trees, to the application olive trees have to be. Okay. And looking at the ministry of Paul in the book of Romans and the New Testament period, and the ministry that Yahushua had set forth, when he told the disciples in Matthew chapter 5, Matthew chapter 10, verse 5 and 6. Thus the Gentiles being wild olives, 10 tribes, which it really does apply to. It has to, and I want to show you why. Because when you go to Romans chapter 3, verse 1, it lets you know. Watch this. Thus the Gentiles being wild olives, but now grafted in, yield fruit, but only through the sap. What's the sap of a tree? The sap of the tree is the blood of the tree. Yahushua came to save who with his blood? Israel with his blood. Why did he come to save Israel with his blood? This is where Hebrew Israelites stop. So they could save the world through the blood of the Mashiach. You see how I put all that together? And I got all kinds of scriptures to prove this. Gentiles being wild olives, but now grafted in, yield fruit, but only through the sap. What's the sap of a tree? The blood of a tree into which they have been grafted. This is a process contrary to nature, according to Romans 11:24. So I just wanted to touch on that. I don't want to really go deep. I don't want to go real deep, because like I said, this is testimonies. So Mariah Israel asked me a few days ago about olive trees, the significance of olive trees, the symbolicness of olive trees. And the olive tree represents the nation of Israel. Oil, beauty, It represents lumen power. It represents nourishment. It represents the anointing. What, Psalms 119, 110? So this is what the olive tree is significant of. The olive tree is significant, it's a significant role in the administration and the metaphorical depiction of the Ruach HaKodesh. That's what the olive tree is symbolic of. I mean, you could make soap out of the olive tree. You can grease yourself with the olive tree, condition your hair with it. You could eat the olives. They have high fiber content and many other medicinal and dietary properties that I won't go into right now. I'm just doing a little cursory, explanation, giving a cursory explanation. I'm not going to go into the biological and right. So, and I like the fact that the blood of the good olive tree is the only thing that's going to save wild branches and change their nature. Oh, that's so beautiful. Everything in the Bible. The blood that's been applied to Israel's nature. Why? Didn't he say in John chapter 6, if you eat my flesh and drink my blood? Well, he told that to Israelites. Watch this. How are the other nations are going to eat the flesh and drink the blood of the Mashiach? They're going to have to eat the flesh and drink the blood of the nation of Israel. And whoa, take it easy. Don't get alarmed. How do they do that? By cannibalism? No. They do that by being grafted in to the laws, the commandments, and statutes of our nation, which are a transcript of the character of the Most High. So when they're grafted into our character as a nation, that's how they're going to be eating the flesh and drinking the blood of the Mashiach. It's going to be through us. We are serving up the bread of life. We are ordained to serve up the bread of life, the wine of life, which is the blood of the Mashiach. No, they can't go nowhere else. If they're not engrafted in us, they don't have no life. What was that? Turn there. John chapter 15. I am the vine, ye are the branches. I think that's what I want.
15:5.
Yeah, read that.
I am the vine, ye are the branches. He that adopted me, and I in him, the same bringeth.
He that what?
Adopt.
Is that abideth? Now, hey, y'all, watch this. This is good. The scripture that he's reading, John chapter 15, verse 5, very good scripture. It shows that the good tree has to be Israelites. Why? Because Israelites come from Yahushua. He said, I am the vine, which is the trunk. I am the vine. Ye are the branches. You see? So if they are not grafted into the Mashiach coming through us, they can forget it. Done deal. But anyway, read that, son.
The branches, he that abideth in me, and I in him, the same bringeth forth much fruit.
He that abide in who?
In me.
In me, and I in him bring forth much fruit, right?
Yeah.
Right. Isn't that beautiful? Yeah. Keep going.
without me ye do nothing.
Where's everybody? Without me, you can do nothing. You see? And that's right. Without Yahushua, Israel cannot save the world without Yahushua's character. You could forget it. I don't care what they wear. I don't care what they don't wear. They doomed. Like we've been doomed. We've been doomed ever since we tried everything we tried, we've been doomed. So anyway, I'm going to digress. You know, we try, you know, you got people trying to gather the 12 tribes and they don't even have the character of Yahushua. 12 tribes, if you ain't even gathered the character of the Most High. All you've done is gathered some nice costumes and gathered some collections from a lot of money. All right, son. But where's the character? And you can't save the world without character. I'm sorry. We fail at everything we do because we don't have character. Oh, we got character, but not the character we supposed to have. But anyway, so I'm going to open it up. I'm not going to keep y'all. And I'm going to provide the link in the room for those who want to give a testimony. I mean, do we really think that we could gather the 12 tribes and we got the character of Satan? You know what kind of people we're going to gather? We're going to make people twofold more the child of hell than themselves. And then we're going to brag because we got a lot of numbers. But it's going to be like, okay. So anybody care to come over and give a testimony about, you know, how long you've been coming to this knowledge, how long you was a Christian, when did you find out about this channel? Whatever. Oh, somebody came over. I wonder who it is. This channel. Sister Dash.
Oh, I'm gonna have to cut this up. Shalom. What happened? Oh wait.
Go ahead.
1 minute. Let me pause. Oh gosh, where am I?
Yeah, pause your other screen. Pause your other screen. That's all.
Okay. Okay, I'm back. How you doing? Shalom,
Good.
family.
Good. This ought to be good here. Because I haven't heard your testimony.
Oh, Mariah's here too.
Oh.
Shalom, sister.
Shalom, shalom.
Oh, good, Mariah. Awesome.
Well, I guess I'm gonna go and share. I don't even know. Well, I guess I'll talk about how I first learned about Shabbat, because that was the first thing that I came into Shabbat. Like, I had questions for years as a Christian, like, okay, why is it says keep the the Sabbath and remember the Sabbath and to keep it holy and things of that nature? Nobody could really answer my question. So I felt like a tug in me, like, okay, this is what you need to be doing this. Nobody can answer the question. So I just kept doing research. And then I started keeping Shabbat. It wasn't, I was messing up. I was messing up at first, going to the bank. Let me go to the bank right quick, you know. And then I felt the conviction, like, nope, this is not. You're not supposed to do this. So anyway, I stopped, you know, going to the bank. I think I did that probably for a month. But anyway, I stopped doing that. And then I'm like, oh wow, what, this is good. Like, but it's different. It was hard at first because, you know, a lot of times we go do garage sales and things of that nature, go shopping or whatever on Saturdays back then. So me and Ebony was keeping the Sabbath, and we went to a couple Sabbath churches, and it was crazy. I'm like, okay, this ain't it. You know, I think we went to about 3 or 4 Sabbath churches. One of them, Ezrana was a little baby at the time, and she was in there just hollering and hollering. I'm like, what's going on? It's like the baby saying, leave, leave. And so we left. And I'm like, Father, we need to go fellowship. You know, we need to do something. But anyway, we kept keeping the Sabbath, and not long after that, I had a dream, and it was gonna be like a conspiracy against the Black people. And right after that, that's when I came into the truth of who we are. And I'm like, wow, Ebony, look at this. And I showed it to my husband and everything. And so we got excited about it. Me and Ebony, my husband was kind of skeptical at first. And but anyway, we enjoyed, embraced it, did a lot of research on it. And the first thing we looked at a video that's here on YouTube, and that's how we came into the truth of who we are. We are the Hebrew Israelites. So that's just a part of my testimony. I don't want to be taking up too much time.
Okay, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Yeah, we're gonna have to hear the rest of that. We're gonna get Mariah up here.
Yes, sir.
Hello, can you hear me?
Clear.
Oh, awesome, awesome. So, basically my testimony is, I don't want to be very long-winded either, but I've been a Christian all my life, and I actually stopped going to church for about maybe 1.5 to 2 years because I just didn't feel like I was learning anything, and I felt like I was always hitting a brick wall. So then I started actually getting into Egyptology. So I was in that for a few months. And then, sometimes when you're on YouTube, you have like a recommended section.
Right.
So then I came across like an IUIC video, and I watched that video, and that's how like I started learning about, where the Israelites, etc. And so I told my husband about it, and that's kind of basically how I came to the knowledge. We congregated with IUIC for a few months and then stopped congregating with them. And then we actually, while we were in IUIC congregating with them, we came across your channel because they kind of told us about your channel regarding the full moon. That's kind of when they were transitioning from the dark moon to the full moon, and you had made a video analysis of it. So that was our first video that we watched of yours. And so we were still a part of IUIC, but like once we came out of IUIC, we started watching your videos, and we've been watching ever since. So we've been in the truth for about 11 months now. So.
Wow, that's amazing. Isn't that amazing, Sister Quadash?
Yes, sir.
Tim shared my video.
Yes, sir.
When she told me this like last week, and I was like dumbfounded. Because I thought for sure she found this channel through the Eddie Long, because most people do. I'm like, wait a minute.
That is
I'm
amazing.
like, boy, if they're agreeing with me, I need to reinvestigate that doctrine. If they're using me as a sounding board, I'm like, boy, I need to really. I got nervous. I was like, whoa. Let's. I'm gonna have to pray over this thing, fast over this thing, and really, which I did.
Mm-hmm.
But I have to analyze that again because I'm like, okay, now. And I'm not saying that, you know, nothing that any one camp could be teaching could be factual.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, I you know, I'm cautious, you know, when I start agreeing with people,
Okay.
especially when they start using me as a sounding board. I'm like, whoa,
Mm-hmm.
you know, because I don't have no camp. I don't have no quote unquote congregation. I'm just a little guy in his dining room with a book. That's it. I ain't got no big shofar on the table and a menorah and all this. And I'm just talking from my heart. So, you know, I like, okay. All right.
Yeah.
What's this really about? So, but anyway, you know, that's, you know, I'm going to throw something out here. There are a lot of things that's going to be in life that are very confusing. Very confusing. And so, and it's some things that it's going to be some things that you just you can't explain, and nobody really can explain. They're going to give you their best theories and stuff like this. But my thing is this. Okay, when something is so confusing, or there's such limited information on any particular subject, go with the basics of whatever the subject is and just grab a hold to that. Live by that and see how that can apply to your relationships, to your, I mean, because I don't know everything about raspberry trees. And even if I did a cursory examination about raspberry and the benefits of raspberry and the various types of raspberry, I would only still know enough to put on the tip of a pen.
Right.
But I appropriate whatever I learn beneficial to my life.
That's right.
And I said, I'm like, Most High, I don't know. Maybe your hand is over this. Maybe my understanding is so dwarfed that I can't get it. Nobody's going to be lost because they didn't understand.
That's right.
Because they understood it. And they didn't want to do it.
Exactly.
Right.
Or they lied about what the real deal was.
Yes.
But just because I don't know all the things that I need to know about the sun, I mean, I'm going to be lost. I'm not even concerned about that.
Right.
I don't have to. You see what I'm saying? So I was looking at it was something that came up. Oh, somebody was talking about the Apocrypha and how false it was and all this. And I'm like, okay, whatever. I didn't get emotional about it. I was like, okay, whatever. But my thing is, I noticed one thing. I was listening to the video. They never mentioned anything about the historicity of some of the events in the Apocrypha. Let's say that there are some things that have been embellished, not just in the Apocrypha, but even the Bible. What if there are things that have been embellished in the Bible? I see. This is why I think when we don't focus on character, lost in the sauce of minutia.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, how long was the fringes supposed to be? Well, yeah, and then it's a big debate on Debate Talk for You for 5 hours.
8 hours.
Okay.
Yeah, it's an 8-hour debate.
Wow.
And I'm like, I'm like, come on, y'all. Really?
Mhm.
Why is there no debate on what type of character you should have?
Right.
Because that's too easy.
Mm-hmm.
That's something that people want to avoid altogether. It's just too basic.
Yeah.
That's something that as Rihanna can understand.
Mm-hmm.
So they want to get into minutia, how many twists, the what's those things?
The crochet.
No, the fringes. How many twists the fringes should have?
What?
It's like, okay, let's say that there was a requirement in the Bible about how many twists to have, especially for the priest. Let's say that there was. Okay, all right. Why they still kill Yahushua? See,
Yeah.
I blast all that stuff with something real simple. Why they kill him?
Character. It was in their heart. Wicked.
Thank you. It don't matter if they had. It don't matter if Yahuwah had made their fringes.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
They still would have killed him.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
If the Most High Father would have made their fringes,
Mm-hmm.
it wouldn't have changed in here.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Right.
So I think, yeah, there's going to be a lot of things in the Bible that we don't understand.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe some of the things is because of our background, old information that's in our head that pollutes our thinking from thinking right.
Mm-hmm.
I is going to be looking at the intents of the heart.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm not saying don't be peculiar, be particular about what you do know about the law. I'm not saying that.
Right. Right.
I'm not saying throw away the law.
Mm-hmm.
Because there are some things that we don't understand. So use that as an excuse to just do whatever you want to do. No.
Mm-mm.
But I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-mm.
I think so when something gets so confusing and you have applied yourself and you have researched something and you still can't make heads and tails of it, what am I going to do with my character?
That's it. Wow.
What am I going to do with my character? Because if
Right.
a person is trying to teach you something,
Mm-hmm.
if somebody trying to teach you something, they cussing you out and they doing all this stuff, and they say, no, your fringes should be this long. No, no, not that shade of blue. This shade of blue. It's like, oh boy. This is Phariseeism.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it is.
This is straining at a gnat and swallowing a camel. That's what this is.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And I don't see no need to really get into big debates about that kind of stuff. I would even concede. I say, hey, man, maybe you know more than me.
Mm-hmm.
But
Okay.
I don't even understand what you're saying.
Okay.
So I'm going to have to go with the Ruach that's in me.
Yes. Yes.
What I know is true.
Yes.
And if what you're saying is comes to me as being true later on, okay, I have no problem with that.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Because my heart is not about wrong. My heart is about I just don't know.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I can't comprehend even what you're saying, brother.
Mm-hmm.
The new moon is actually a really complex sort of topic for many different reasons.
Mm-hmm.
It's for many different reasons. And so, let's say a person does know what the new moon is. How do you treat your wife?
Mm-hmm.
You'll lose all credibility with me if you're talking about you know what the new moon is, but you
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
even if you're right, I'm like, brother, the knowledge has made you into a demon.
Mm-hmm.
right at home. Why is it doing that to you? Because no doubt they're going to call it the truth. Why is that? Okay, but I'm not going to keep y'all. But I want to talk about this.
Okay.
And keep my word. Okay. Now this right here is the tough logo. You didn't seen this symbol as long as you've seen this channel. Okay. And you may have wondered, you know, because I do have a website, what it's all about. Okay.
Right.
Now, tough is an acronym with double meaning. The universal family flag and true for family. I came up with this about 8 years ago. And as I was in my study and I was thinking about this, I was like, it just can't, universal symbol for family. Where's there a universal symbol for family at? So I started Googling, couldn't find one. Why is there no universal symbol, a readily recognized universal symbol for family? Why do we have symbols for everything else? Except for the most important thing in the world, and that's family.
Right.
This symbol here is a stylized version of this acronym. T, U,
Wow.
F,
Wow.
F.
You need to stop. Wow.
So, and it's shaped like a shield. The green is the father. Green is the father. It represents faith. Honey, come on, help me. Help me. Now just come on, baby. Just come help me. Just,
sister.
They want to see you. Come on, baby. Come on. Come on. I can't hear you, honey. Come on.
Why you ask,
just come on over here. Just come over here. Come on. I'm talking over you. So just get a little closer. Now don't be shy. A little closer with every Come. Hey, honey, come here, baby. Don't run off now. I got you fired up now. I'm waiting for you, honey. Okay, you don't have to show your face, but just stay right here.
I'm not gonna show. I'm just gonna help you out where you can get.
Okay, you break it down.
No, I'm saying I'm gonna help you out.
Okay, just break it down.
But the father is the foundation, and he's the pillar of the family. The family up in the U shape. Okay.
He's the pillar
And the foundation.
And the foundation of the family.
That's good.
Keep going.
The blue represents the mother.
The blue represents the mother.
Right. She's the heart of the family.
She's the heart of the family. The left and right ventricles.
She represents truth.
The life of all flesh is in the blood.
Right. And she represents truth.
And blue represents truth. Green, the father, represents faith.
Wow. The purple represents royal integrity.
The purple is the son.
And
he represents royal integrity.
Oh, wow.
He represents the opposite sex. That's why you got the two F's pointing in opposite direction, male and female.
Right.
Okay.
Represents the daughter, and she represents redemption and mercy in the family.
Right. Red represents redemption and mercy, and the daughters in the family. It's the opposite F that points to the left. The son is on the right, and he is the right hand. He's the strength of the family. The Bible says the woman, the left hand, is the weaker vessel. The left hand is not always evil, okay?
Right.
A lot of times it is, but But it is interesting that the world, I'm just saying, I love my women, but I'm just saying.
It's true.
But anyway, go ahead, baby.
Okay. The 12-point star represents the ruach and inspiration in the family.
Wow.
Right.
That's real.
And the border, the yellow border represents the presence of the Most High holding the family together.
Wow.
Like in Job chapter 1. He said you have a hedge about Job. And everything he do, the reason why it's blessed, because you got a hedge about him.
Yes.
That's the whole symbol.
No, it's not. You left out one color.
Oh, the black?
Yeah.
The distinction of the family members? Yeah, you did. Yeah, you said
the black represents, the black lines represents us. Sophistication and distinction in each one of the roles of the family. In other words, the father, you know, he got his boundary. The mama got his boundary. The daughter got her boundary. The son has its boundary. And you can see around the star, there is no black border around the star.
Right.
Because the power of the ruach is boundless. You see, and it's in the center of the family, and it's shaped like a shield of protection. So, hey, who just went upstairs? Get that red pillow off my what? Get that red pillow off my bed and let me see your purple one. So I've been working on this.
I would like a shirt. We would like shirts.
Oh, okay, good.
Yes. Sir.
Okay, good. Oh. Now look at this.
Oh wow, that looks really royal and everything.
Oh, that looks nice.
Now
Beautiful.
Right. Now watch this. Hold on a second. This right here, when I started making this, I said, okay, well, I need a pillow for each one of the family members. So I started making this symbol. This is the universal symbol for family, but when it's all red and gold, like this pillow, symbol for sisterhood.
Okay.
Okay.
Good.
And so then I got a purple one for the boy, purple and gold, which is universal symbol for brotherhood. Green and gold, the universal symbol for fatherhood. Blue and gold is universal symbol for motherhood. So I said, because there's no universal symbol really for father, mother, son, and daughter. That blew my mind.
Yeah, that is.
Why is there no universal symbol for mother and father? It's like crazy. So many years and doing legal stuff with it and all kinds of stuff. Well, come on, baby. Let me see yours. Now, this is my sister. No, not my sister. But this one right here. Now, it's not, this is just a designer one. Because I don't want to limit people to just one color. They might want one in their favorite color. This is still the universal symbol for family because of the outline and the shape of the pillow. That's the patented. And the thing about this is a pillow that has a zipper on it. Restuff it, you can clean it, and all that, you know. And all this stuff is hand sewed. I embroider the back.
Wow.
The back is embroidered. I'm gonna get real close here, so y'all can see how nice the embroidery is.
Yes, yes, sir.
Yeah, that looks lovely.
Nice,
Yeah, it
nice
does.
and tight. And all of these pillows here, I have a tag on them,
Wow.
and I
And
sign, I autographed and date all of the tags.
wow.
And now this one right here, you can't tell on your screen, but this is a faux suede,
Mm-hmm.
like an apostrophe type of material, the real nice couches. So,
Mhm.
so we were making these and stuff, and we were selling them and all that kind of stuff, going to flea markets and all kind of. Oh yeah, I can show that flag, but then this one right here. Well, this one is a little worn here. This one for many years. My wife actually sleeps on this one. But I'm going to show you. I'm going to pick a little lint off of here and show you. But this is not the best version, but
Mm-hmm. That's nice too.
Looks nice.
I want to get in our waters. That is nice. Nice quality, Prophet.
oh yeah, it's really good quality. It took us a while to get this level of quality, and so we didn't want to put nothing out. We wanted something to be durable, last a long time, family heirloom. We put embroidered pictures and stuff on there. We put heat press of couples for their wedding day, anniversaries, birth, all kind of stuff. And we was doing this. I got this idea when I was a Christian. Now this means way more to me now.
Right.
Right.
The flag is where is that flag at? You know where it's at, baby?
This is
Now,
very powerful now that I understand what it means. Because I was gonna ask you, even as Rihanna, she's like, Mom, what is the symbol? What is that? What that mean? And here you explaining it. So I now can let her look at the video so she can see the power in the symbol that you guys have here.
right. So I've been working on this for some years. I'm gonna be working on it for the rest of my life. And come hell or high water, because and of course I wrote a book on the whole topic. I actually wrote 3 books on this whole idea. And I published 1 book. And I'm glad I didn't publish all 3 because, oh, and the 12-point star represents the 12 tribes of Israel.
Wow.
The light of the world.
Mm-hmm.
And the universal symbol for family really is the nation of Israel. That's what it really is.
Wow.
It's the nation of Israel. Now I always knew, and I want to tell you, I knew that even before I knew where's that thing at, honey? I think it might be up in my drawer.
I got something similar.
You got something similar?
Yeah.
Okay, well, good. Because that flag is going to be way too big.
Right. Well, you did put it on the cloth, so.
Oh, okay, that's good. That's good. That'll work. Oh, I haven't seen that in a long time. Well, I don't know if they can be able to see this good because it's got it's like kind of got a sheen to it. Well, let's see how it looks in the camera. Oh, that's one on both sides. Well, before I came up with the universal symbol for family, the first thing I came up with, I saw this in a dream.
Wow. With the fruit.
Now you can't really see this real good because let me see something. Let me see. Yeah, this is better.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yes,
the daughter's red, mercy. The mother's blue, truth. Father, green, faith. Son, purple, royal integrity. And this is a lot deeper than just the symbol. And the trees that you see at the bottom are actually the trees of life. And they represent the union between the man and the woman. And the tree that you see in Revelation chapter 22 when the Bible says on either side of the river of life were the tree of life. Now watch this. Y'all, I don't know if y'all know this, but the Bible says on either side of the tree of life was the river of life. I mean, either side of the river of life was the tree of life. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. The tree? What? Why don't say trees?
Mm-hmm.
Why it says that the tree grows on both sides of the river? How is that possible? How could it be one tree growing on both sides of a river? I'm going to tell you how. This is what the Most High showed me. You judge. The tree, it is one tree. It's connected at its roots underneath the riverbed.
Wow.
Hmm.
And it's connected above
Mm.
the riverbed. You ever see branches grown together and stuff, and they
Right.
so
Entwined.
it's connected above the riverbed. So the tree of life is really the circle of life,
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
and the river of life flows through it. And
Mm-hmm.
this tree can never die because it's fed by the river of
That's good. That is good.
Yeah, that's amazing.
It can't die. It represents the union between the man and the woman, between man and the Most High, heaven and earth.
Mm-hmm.
It says
Wow,
that the tree of life in Revelation, let me look at that. Right. It says it bears 12 manner of fruit each month.
yes.
So each month is bearing 12 different kinds of fruit. Every month you got 12 different fruit on this tree.
Mm-hmm.
And it says the leaves are for the healing of the nations.
Mm-hmm.
Revelation, I didn't want to keep y'all this long. I'm almost finished, 5 minutes. So Revelation chapter 22, verse 2. In the midst of the streets of it, and on either side of the river, there was the tree of life, not trees of life, which bare 12 manner of fruits, and yield her fruit every month. And the leaves of the tree were for the healing of the nation. And this reminds me of Genesis chapter 2:24. And this shows that the tree of life really is the union between the man and the woman. Genesis chapter 2, verse 24. Look what it says. Therefore shall a man leave his mother and father and cleave unto his wife, and they shall become two flesh.
One.
It says one.
Mm-hmm.
So when David says, and they shall be like trees planted by the rivers of water, which bringeth forth their fruit. He's talking about the union between the man and the woman.
Mm-hmm.
But between man and the Most High.
Mm-hmm.
And there shall be no, and there shall, bone of my bone, verse 23, bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh, she shall be called woman because she was taken out of man.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore shall a man leave his mother and father and cleave unto his wife. So they're not two trees.
One tree.
They one tree.
Mm-hmm.
So we see that they are one tree in the beginning of the Bible. We see that they are one tree at the end of the Bible. We see that they are one tree in the middle of the Bible, and everywhere else you look.
Mm-hmm.
The Bible says in the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses, every word shall be established. It's not talking about a man and a woman talking to each other and they married.
Mm-hmm. Right.
That's one person.
Mm-hmm.
That's one flesh. That's
Right,
one
right.
tree.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to have other families, especially when it's a national issue,
Mm-hmm.
when it's dealing with the nation of Israel. Y'all just can't be thinking, well, I talked to my husband and I talked to my wife, and this is what the whole nation should be doing. Where's that in the Bible?
Yeah.
Y'all pulling rank.
Mm-hmm. One flesh.
Y'all pulling rank. Even Yahweh Shai said, my doctrine is not what John 7:17 and 18. My doctrine is not mine, but his that sent me.
Yes.
Right.
It ain't mine. It's his that sent me. And he that will do his will know of the. See, the Most High is the only one that don't have to confer with nobody else.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Who can counsel him?
Nobody.
Nobody. So when we get to the position that we said, well, I talked to my husband and I talked to my wife, and we came up with a plan for the whole nation and what we should start doing. Well, it's like, wait a minute.
Right.
Where are you? Wait a minute. You running roughshod over the prerogatives of the Most High.
Nah,
You can't
not
set
good.
a policy for the whole nation, sitting up in your living room
No.
with a heater under the table, wiggling your toes, talking to your mate. You can't be doing that. What's wrong with you?
Okay.
We are the children of the Most High. We're not your children.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Now you could do that with your children, but not with the whole nation. Who are you?
Okay.
You're out of order. You're being very disrespectful and blasphemous on top of that. But anyway, so yeah, that's what the universal family flag is about. This is the universal family flag. Okay. And this gave birth to the tough logo, or the universal symbol for family. And so I always wanted to use this as a witnessing tool when I was a Christian, but now that has changed. I can still use it for a witnessing tool. Just like the shirts that you have, Hebrew, the best blend. Well, that's I mean, that can go either way. When you look at that shirt, it's like, okay. When I tell people this is a universal symbol for family, they don't know it's got something to do with being an Israelite. They have no clue. Some people, it's not even important for them to know that. The more people that have this symbol, wear this symbol, support this symbol, eventually they'll be like, oh, you got one of those. Because people in my town, they be having I made bumper stickers for cars, all kind of stuff, flags to put on your car, and all kind. I made some coffee mugs, you name it. I've done it. Look, what watches, lapel pins. I put some paper behind this because I believed in it, and I still believe in it. All kinds of stuff. I've been on television with this thing, TV, radio.
Wow.
Right. And my wife wrote a children's book. So yeah.
Wow.
Where could we find these things?
Well, you're talking to the man. Right?
I'm saying you have a website. Okay.
I got a website. Now that's one thing that I got a website, but it's kind of janky. You can find those things on my website, but you can't purchase them there. The best way for you to purchase them is the way that you've been purchasing the t-shirts, PayPal. Okay. I need some professional help with my website. It's just too overwhelming. Dealing with all this other stuff I deal with, construction, providing a living for my family, you know, developing new things. And that's one thing I like about this. I could develop, man, my dream, one of my other dreams is to have bed sheets for boys, for married couples, high level wedding stuff. You know, I'm talking about not kiddish looking stuff. I'm talking about some real nice stuff. That's way down the pipeline. I got a friend in China that I've been corresponding with for years. Actually, I English, talking to him so much. I actually taught him English. And he wanted to come to China, and he want to get an international business going and all this. He calls me from time to time. And a lot of times I ignore his call because I know the brother is so serious. He's a Chinese brother. And I'll be like, oh boy. I mean, he like want me to come to China. I'm like, boy. I said I would love to come to China. And one day I'm gonna go to China. I could have went to China last year, but you know, for black people, you know, traveling out of state.
Yes, sir.
For black people, traveling just traveling out the neighborhood is a struggle.
Okay.
You want me to come to a whole nother continent?
Yes.
It's morning time there while it's nighttime here. I'm like, oh boy.
Right.
Yeah, okay. It's just a certain amount of stress I have in my head when I talk to that brother, because he be gun ho, boy. You know, he said, you know, I got the money. I bought stuff from him to vet him to see if he was on the legit. I've actually sent money to China and bought stuff, had stuff made for half the price. More than half the price. So I said, man, this guy's a good business opportunity here, because it's a lot of stuff in America you can get made in China and resell it over here and make a killing. I don't care what it is. He wanted to sell me some iPhones. Oh, this guy, he wanted to sell me iPhones, pottery, stuff for your yard, landscaping. This guy, he said, man, anything that you want. I know some people in my town that can make it.
Wow.
And we will put it on a shipping container and bring it to you.
Wow.
Nice guy. He got a real good character. He ain't no Christian, but he got a real good character. I've been knowing him for about 5 or 6 years now. It's probably longer than that, you said? Yeah, I'm being conservative, but I've been knowing him for a long time. I was like, oh, you know, he want to get a website going. It's several businesses he's come to me with and said, hey, why don't we get our own Alibaba going? Alibaba? Brother, you talking about something bigger than Amazon. Oh, yeah. He want me to come over to China and teach English.
Wow.
I've actually taught some of his students online.
Wow.
And some English classes online. But that was too much for me, you know, because I was working on this, building houses, and then I was like, oh boy, it's when it's nighttime here, it's daytime there. So it was a lot. Then I was teaching his son, Wu Chin Chun is what his name is. Yeah, Wu Chin Chun is his son's name. And I said, boy, I am glad for the internet. I'm glad that I met you, brother. I mean, he's a really nice guy. Really, really nice guy. But I really do need to do something and step some things up for daring and a little more risky. You know, because I'm like playing it safe, and a lot of times when you play it safe, you know, you lose your place when you play it safe.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I didn't want to keep y'all, but I just wanted to, you know, more informal, where it's not so much a study. I gave a little bit in the beginning, but yeah, I want to talk, fellowship, get more people's testimony,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe the next time I come on, we're gonna do the same thing. I am gonna finish the Beatitudes though.
Okay.
Okay.
We got 3 more Beatitudes. I'm not in no rush, but we got 3 more Beatitudes, and because I want to really study into the Beatitudes before I come online and everything. But yeah, I'm going to let you all go because I know people's husbands are going to bed and resting and stuff, and you know, got to get ready for tomorrow and all this kind of stuff.
Well, thank you for the platform for us
Yes.
to, you know, give our testimony.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
Yes.
Hey, TJ
Sir.
McDowell, how you doing? I see you.
A pleasure. I'm out. Oh, wait, let me see how I get out of here.
All right, y'all take it easy.
Okay.
All right, shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom. Okay, I'm signing out. This is Prophet 6 Family Prophets, the angel of the church to the Laodiceans who are Israelite. And my Israelite name is Ra Wanawabi. Shalom.